gosh.
How you guys doing today?
We're doing
We're
great.
doing good.
Excellent, excellent.
So let us start from the beginning.
Okay.
When we came, we have been coming down to the Villages for 5 or 6 years, and we've been working with a real estate agent for about 2 years. And we looked around, and finally we sold our house. So we came down to buy. And our real estate agent took us and showed us 6 of pretty much the same home, because what we were looking for was something around $200,000. And you know, that pretty well narrows down what you're going to look at, and pretty much you're looking at the same home. So we looked at those 6 homes, and I had a meltdown. She said, "Which one do you want to buy?" And it's like, I don't like any of these houses. I don't want to buy any of them. And she said, "Well, go and have lunch, go get a drink, do whatever you want to do, calm down. Obviously, you're out of control."
Oh my.
And I was in the car and called Bruce's brother Glenn, who's on his way down here also, as soon as he sells his house. And Glenn said, "Well, I just found a really cute house right there in the Villages. Go look at it." So we went and looked at it, and of course we've been coming down here for 5 years, and we've done our homework, so we know all the questions to ask. You know, we are prepared. We've done our homework, we've done our research. And I call this real estate agent and say, "I found this wonderful house from Coldwell Banker. I want to see it." And she said, "I can't show you that." Call the agent and they'll send somebody out. Oh, really? And so we dialed the number, and the gentleman that we talked to was in Texas at a wedding. By the way, this was Good Friday. And he said, "But you know what? Give me a couple minutes and I'll see if I can't get somebody out." He called me right back. He said, "I'll have an agent out to show you the home in 20 minutes. And I'm telling you what, in 20 minutes, there was an agent at my house. And it wasn't an agent. God sent me an angel. It was Chris. He took us through this house, and oh my goodness, we fell in love with this home. He worked Good Friday, he worked Holy Saturday, he worked Easter Sunday.
And he put that deal together.
And he put that deal together, and we were as happy as can be, and went back to South Carolina, and the sale of our home fell through. So Chris took care of everything. "Don't worry about it. That happens. I'll take care of everything," and he did. Now skip forward to a month later, we sell our house. And we call Chris and say, "What should we do?" And Chris says, "Well, give it a few days. Make sure that everything's going along smoothly before we jump into this." And we waited, I think 2 days is what we considered a few, because we were very nervous, very, very nervous, because that last experience, we fell in love with that little house, and we came down and again went with both of our agents, because the one from the Villages has spent 3 years from us, and we gave her a chance. And we called Chris and set up an appointment for the next day. And again, Chris came. He had the square footage the price per square foot all figured out, which deal is the best deal. This is the advantages in this one. These are the advantages in this one. He walked us through. He told us about all the different counties. He told us about the taxes, blah, 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 blah. Showed us the advantages of being up north where it's quiet. Showed us the disadvantages of being up north. Told us exactly what to do. Okay, we come down, we've got the movers, we've got everything all set. We come down, walk through our house for the final showing, and go to closing, and there are no surprises. Not one surprise. Every single thing that Chris told us was going to happen, happened. Pretty much sequentially the way he told us it was going to happen. We signed the papers, shook hands, which was a very nice thing because it's and we got here and the air conditioning wasn't working, so we called the air conditioning company and they came out and said, yep, you need $4,000. This is the afternoon of our signing. Chris and Christine got on the phone and waved their magic little buttons and we got the air conditioner. We've been here 2 weeks now. Everything is fine. We've gotten repair people. We've gotten recommendations. Chris and Christine could not have done enough.
A more thorough
job. And not up until the day we signed the papers. A more thorough job, right straight through. And again, you know, here we go with this. Somebody who's only good when things are going good, that's a real nice thing. But boy, when I have a problem, I need somebody to take care of me. I need somebody to say, there, calm down. And Chris and Christine are, I can't say enough about these two people and the devotion that they had to our plight, right, and how Chris and Christine both took care of us.
Even backing up to the first deal, Chris actually sat down and went through point by point by point, paragraph by paragraph, exactly what a Florida real estate contract contains, and explained, made sure we understand exactly what's going to happen, what you're signing. And I've never had that experience before. A real estate agent was, just went through boom, 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 initial here, sign here, and that was the end of the story. But Chris actually took us through and made sure we understood exactly what we were signing, because we were out of state, and I suppose there's different laws, real estate laws from state to state, and he wanted to make sure we understood. I thought that was very thorough. I mean, I never ran into that before.
And did it in a way that we understood. And when he saw us with blank looks on our faces, he didn't wait for us to ask a question. He re-explained it in a different way. When we both looked at each other and said,
he picked up on that.
He picked right up on
more.
what questions to ask before we even asked the questions. Because what we've learned is you only know the answers to the questions that you ask. And wow, there's questions no matter
You don't even know
how
you should be
much-
asking.
Yeah, no matter how much you think you know, no matter how smart you think you are. Wow, there's questions that you should be asking.
A real estate agent, you go to closing, you close, and, well, you know, the real estate agent's on to the next customer.
Yeah, you're on your
You know,
own.
and here's Chris and Christine, they're right there with us, like, we haven't even signed one paragraph yet. We're
Chris-
still fresh.
Chris and Christine.
Right, both
Yeah.
of them.
Yes.
So, you know, that was, you know, the extra,
Absolute
extra-
positive.
right.
Yes.
Right.
At
Stood
no time did Chris show up in flip-flops with shorts on. And you know what? I'm sorry. I know this is something silly with me, but you know, I think a real estate agent that's coming to show my home or show me a home should at least have enough respect for me to put on some shoes. You know, a very, very little thing, but we've been through that. We're trying to walk around out on a dock, and this real estate agent has on flip-flops. You know, I mean, it's right from the dress to the language to the care. We just can't say enough. We are happy, happy, happy.
right, and you could just, you know, sum it up as, you know, if you want somebody that's not a part-time realtor, you know, devoting part-time to their clients, you want somebody that's full-time, on top of the market, knows the market, and then once you're involved in a deal, knows exactly what's, you know, step by step, exactly what's happening, and relates that to you so you're comfortable. You know, I would only be able to recommend Chris and Christine, because that's what they do.
And now we have like 3 other people that are coming down.
That's
that
right,
are
that
gonna
are-
be happy, happy, happy too, Chris.
Right.
Oh yeah, about
Okay.
26 times.
About 26 times.
And every time we came up with another panic situation, we would call, and if Chris or Christine did not answer, which was, I'm gonna tell you, maybe twice, we got a call back immediately that day with the answer to our most recent panic question, because once we realized that we didn't know everything and we were not the smarty pantses in this deal, we very quickly learned that we could call Chris and Christine and they would answer our questions and
And we were comfortable with the
settle
answers,
us
you know?
again.
Right, I mean, you know, they did a good job of.
Yeah, we did not find this move as easy as the last move. When we were in our late 50s, it was a lot easier to move than it was when we're in our 70s. It made a great big difference. And I really feel that with the security of Chris and Christine behind us, it made the whole situation a more doable.
Much more, right. It wasn't really, you know, we say Panicville, but, you know, it's just typical questions, and, you know, we probably did have in the neighborhood of 25 questions or so throughout the whole process, but, you know, there was never a want for information. We had information very timely.
And if the information was not readily available, we never got this babbly boot talk. Chris or Christine would say, I'll get back to you. Let me check on what that is and I'll get back to you. So when we did get an answer, every single time it was the correct answer. It was not a guessing game. Very, very, very impressed with the professionalism of this couple.
Right.
No, the only time that I feel that I was being led in a direction is when I would give my priorities. This is what I need in a house. And Bruce would come in and Bruce and Chris would kind of raise their eyes and look at each other, and then it would be, yeah, but look at this, and look at this, and look at what you can, and look at this. Chris was definitely a soothing comfort to me. Knew what I was looking for, knew I wasn't going to get what I wanted, and he knew exactly how to take care of it. So
yeah.
I never felt I was being misled.
Actually,
ever.
both of us knew that, you know,